These two nutsacks are some unfinished business from a Gabonese job. Should have seen the way that they tried to take me out. I am driving this beast of a muscle car right out of the 70s. You know when an automobile accident was still called a fucking car crash?
Let's go.
When it debuted, Watch Dogs surprised with its promise of great visuals, the intriguing ability to hack into personal data and city infrastructure, and a mysterious take on multiplayer. Now, after 2 years of exposure, it's finally time to see if Ubisoft's new open-world drama can live up to its lofty vision.
By design, it's untraceable, unhackable.
Yet here we are about the hacking.
Chicago sets the stage as a smart city connected and monitored under a digital umbrella known as CTOS, leading to troubling privacy concerns. As Aiden Pierce, you aren't directly concerned with taking down the man so much as using the system's weaknesses to profit. However, when a heist crosses the wrong people, Aiden's niece is caught in the crossfire, dragging him deeper into the criminal underworld. Pierce's personal motivations bring more dimension to his story than simply fighting conspiracy, and his stubborn refusal to let go creates tension with his family as well.
Honey, your uncle's a different kind of person. It doesn't mean he doesn't love us.
Yet his tormented persona ends up feeling somewhat flat, especially amidst more colorful supporting characters like Jordy and T-Bone.
No appreciation for artists. Artists my arse.
Hacking is at the core of gameplay in Watch Dogs, tying into every aspect of the game. While there are some pipe-turning puzzles involved from time to time, it usually takes the form of identifying targets and interacting with them. Profiling people on the street allows you to redirect money from their bank accounts, steal music, eavesdrop, or detect crime.
Please don't shoot me in the back when I exit your establishment.
Likewise, devices throughout the city can be coerced to use as tools or booby traps, blowing up enemies standing near electrical boxes, raising roadblocks in the route of pursuing vehicles, or lifts to climb a building. This ability to hack just about anything within range makes line of sight one of your most important tools. By jumping from camera to camera, you can get all the angles on a situation, like virtually touring a building to find a hidden panel to unlock a door, or just surveying the guard patrols. They might even have cameras clipped onto their uniforms, turning them into unknowing mobile platforms for your handiwork. All of this adds up to a more ranged approach to stealth, in some cases giving you the opportunity to fully infiltrate and hack a heavily guarded base without even stepping inside, which can feel quite gratifying when you're successful.
That's it, I'm hacked in.
Playing the stealth game isn't purely limited to hacking though. If you wish, you can take a more traditional approach, using cover, knocking out guards, or making use of various gadgets. Lures can divert an enemy's attention, jammers can block communications, and in a pinch, you can use a blackout to slip by in the dark. Watch Dogs isn't a game that always makes room for non-lethal runs, so if you don't feel like being stealthy, you can often choose to shoot your way through an area, and there are definitely times when action takes center stage. You can still take a more cerebral approach to combat and plan explosive ambushes, popping off a few rounds to finish off whoever's left standing, or you can go all out with the game's extensive arsenal. However, while combat is a fair way to mix things up in general, it does play host to two particularly weak moments. In a mission later in the game, you can snipe out an entire base with soldiers showing little sign of concern so long as you stay behind cover. Then, in the game's worst encounter, a boss battle places you on an empty rooftop only for enemies to inexplicably appear out of thin air during breaks in a villain's monologue, leaving you guessing where they might come from in the silliest and most frustrating way possible.
Fuck you!
Taking to the streets fares better. You'll frequently engage in car chases, whether you're running from the cops or pursuing a target, smashing everything in your path and hacking traffic lights to cause chaos in your wake. The driving mechanics aren't too harsh, letting you effectively weave, make sharp turns, and bash opponents. Plus, any car on the road is yours for the taking, giving you a wide range of vehicles from nimble motorcycles to heavy garbage trucks. While there's a meaty story to uncover in Watch Dogs, you will quickly and easily get lost in its wide range of side missions, minigames, and diversions. Even poker games get a twist as you hack a camera to peek at your opponent's cards.
I check.
Some of these activities are found at specific points on the map, while others are discovered while scanning the crowd. Even if you're planning to just go from point A to B, you'll get frequent notifications of nearby missions and online objectives.
Oh, no. Hey, that guy! He took my wallet!
Cracking a CTOS tower unlocks more objectives and fast travel points in a certain region, although Aiden's more grounded traversal means that you'll need to put more thought into figuring out how to get to your goal. Some of these missions fit Pierce and his role as a hacker vigilante, feeling similar to what you'd get in the main story. You can stalk and intervene in random crimes or follow an investigation to track a serial killer.
My blood wants to mix with hers.
Certain contracts often focus on driving as you act as a decoy to distract the cops or deliver stolen vehicles, and privacy invasions let you engage in some humorous snooping on unsuspecting subjects.
I fart, that happens. But is it interesting? Does it blow your world?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's disgusting.
More surprisingly, Watch Dogs features several minigames that break free from the narrative of the game entirely and just give you a chance to let loose. Cash run courses superimpose routes of coins for you to collect, putting your parkour skills to the test. You can even plot your own courses for other players to attempt. Similarly, Invasion funnels in a shooting gallery of digital bugs to blast, albeit at a pace that's too slow to really be fun. Then there are the digital trips, which go even further out there, having you bounce across flowers in a psychedelic platformer. Or putting you in control of a hellish ride, mowing down demons to multiply your score.
I think you finally lost it, my friend. I'd hate to be in your path right now.
The online features that seemed so intriguing after the initial reveal are strong, but not particularly new in practice. The online races are surprisingly fun, evoking fond memories of Split Second as you trigger obstacles to wreck your opponent. And there are some great motorcycle courses to boot. Decryption puts you in larger groups attempting to hold onto a file and decode it. But unlike similar modes in other games, players can actually steal the file wirelessly as they get within range, keeping players on the move, hopping in and out of cars, or literally riding shotgun.
There, I got him!
The tablet challenge isn't bad, but it's the weakest of the bunch, as you drive through checkpoints trying to outrun police cars and booby traps, triggered by your mobile opponent. The most interesting multiplayer options are hacking and tailing, blending the invasions of Dark Souls with the need to stay incognito. Tailing another player is the simpler of the two, as you try to locate the other player and keep them in sight without getting spotted yourself. Hacking is a bit trickier because as soon as you initiate the incursion, your mark gets notified and proceeds to try to hunt you down. If he finds you, you'll turn from the hunter into the hunted, having to escape before you get capped.
That's how it's done.
Since you can be hacked at any point between missions, it can come from out of the blue, making for some great stories. Having played Watch Dogs on PS4, the visuals are good, but not shockingly so. Characters' faces are rather stiff, but when a storm kicks up, the game really does look great, and it's quite stable for an open-world game with only brief frame rate hitches when loading. Visuals aside, Watch Dogs has a remarkably well-crafted world that feels lively and believable. Aside from overtly hacking someone, you can constantly listen in on conversations just as you walk down the street. You'll see random car accidents, guys looking like idiots playing games on their phone, dudes rapping, or even urinating on the sidewalk. And if you pull out a gun, people will run for their lives.
Fuck, he's got a gun!
Watch Dogs isn't inspiring or revolutionary, but it's a well-rounded approach to open-world gameplay. Completing the story and merely sampling the various side activities can last over 30 hours, with plenty more left to do. The focus on hacking lends to more cerebral gameplay, and the multiplayer is solid. So, get out there and get hacked.
Quiet now. It's all over, son.